There's the cauldron beneath the moon.
And welcome back to another episode of what are we? Let's see. I was transcending veils last time, and who was I before that? Oh yeah, I just completely forgot before that. But we're at the Witch and the Wise Man, guys. I am your host, D.E. Riley, the so-called wise man, and this pretty lady sitting in the middle right next to me here is my partner in crime, the witch, Tanya Steinborn. And Tanya's got something really cool and really special that we're going to talk about tonight. Tanya, I'll let you introduce these beautiful ladies next to you and what's going on.
Well, you got a whole cackle of witches here.
Oh, poor me, right?
This is my good friend Christy and my good friend Cheryl, and we are just at the tail end of ending a beautiful women's retreat. They're my partners in this beautiful work that we started this weekend, and yeah, we're here to share all about it because it was very magical and memorable, and we were just, you actually suggested, you're like, hey, want to talk about it? I was like, I would love that, and I'll bring my friends.
Oh, good. What? Okay, women's retreat. Women go there to obviously get away from.
Men.
I get it. I get it. But what do you do? What goes on at these places? Give me the lowdown. And these ladies sitting next to you, how is their involvement? What do they do?
Yeah. Well, maybe we'll start with talking about a little bit about, well, people will know if you've been following our podcast and YouTube, like who I am and what I do, but they don't know anything about Cheryl or Christy. So I'd like to hand the floor over to them and to share who they are. And yeah, we'll start with that.
All right, let's start with it.
Who would like to go first and then?
You want to go first? I'll go first. Okay.
All right.
So I'm Cheryl. I own Marmalade Motel, which is in Nova Scotia, and I own the Marmalade Cafe, which is where we are today. And Tanya and I met a few years ago through some of the work that she did around retreats locally, and stayed in touch, and just recently reconnected on more of an opportunity to work together and collaborate to create an event where women could come and regain themselves, kind of reconnect with themselves, spend some time maybe healing or doing some uncovery work. Personally, I have a affinity for personal coaching. And so I've been doing some work along those lines and have done that throughout my career. And yeah, we thought it would be a really great opportunity to work together and develop a program that helped women spend some time with themselves.
Okay, now you said personal coaching. Could you kind of break that down so a guy can understand that? What?
Yeah,
just exactly what personal coaching involves. What is that?
Yeah, so basically one-on-one conversations with individuals who are looking to uncover roadblocks or things that may be holding them back from living a really full, meaningful life. So things around identity work, trying to let go of some old stories or some old things that we identify with, some wounds that they've had in their past or in their childhood. It verges on the idea of therapy, but with the idea or the precipice that if you have a question and ask yourself the question and do some meaningful work around it, you have the answer within you. So my role as a coach is to help you come up with the answer yourself and lead you in that conversation to ask those questions and uncover potential roadblocks and then help you figure out how to move forward through those.
Okay, so it's like in, back in my day, you're getting yourself together. You're pulling in everything in your life that you may not even know you lost. But it
That's
takes
right.
that other party, that other initiative for you to start looking for yourself again. Correct?
That's it. Yeah.
Awesome. Now it seems, and I talk obviously, but it seems to me that when you're working on that level, that's a very personal level to people. Do you have a hard time breaking through sometimes, or after a while, do the ladies just open up and start being more free, with themselves and with you and I'm a guy. Help me out here. I don't know what goes
Yeah.
on.
So specifically with women, I find women are very intuitive. And what happens over time is we lose contact with our intuition. We start to create doubt in our lives. We start to have blocks where we don't really understand ourselves anymore. We've lost touch and become disconnected with ourselves. And so a lot of the time, our conversations start off with exactly that. So where are you feeling disconnected? How are you feeling disconnected? What happened to you that has led to this? Where have you been spending your time and energy? And then helping people understand, quite frankly, the boundaries that they need to put in place to protect their own inner peace. But with a lot of women, I find they come already at a certain point in that process or in that discovery journey of themselves that now they're at, they've done sort of the foundational work, and now they're asking for the assistance to get to the next level. To what's the next breakthrough? How do I deal with this information that's starting to bubble up for me? Because normally by the time they're ready to talk to someone as a coach or, dig deeper into their feelings, they already know something's off. They've already identified that. So that's really where we start is what's keeping you back right now? How do you feel right now? And then how do we sift through some of those
Okay.
things?
So when these ladies come and they come to the retreat and they take your seminar or your classes, what's the follow up on that? I mean, how do you maintain that? Is there follow up classes or correspondence, or do you just have to wait till the next retreat?
Yeah, so I think there's a few things. For me, for coaching, I have promised every woman that I had an interaction with from a coaching perspective that there would be a follow up to offer more assistance, to make sure that if they walked away with any further questions, if they wanted some support, uncovering those or finding ways forward, that I would be available to them as coming out of that retreat. But I think the future goal for us is to really create an online community where we can help each other, where we can, the three of us, be of assistance for ongoing support, but also when they connect with each other. Because I think what's the most powerful thing coming out of the weekend was watching women connect with each other and heal each other. And we don't want to lose that connection. So making sure that everybody feels like there's a forum or a place for them to go and share or get information or just stay connected overall. I think that's a key for us to build out as we move forward with more of these types of
Yeah,
retreats.
setting up a network so everyone
Yeah.
can be there for somebody
Yeah.
else. That's amazing. That's cool. Um, Now, moving along, we're going to jump over to this other pretty young lady over here. And your name again was? I'm
My name is Christy.
Christy. I should have known that.
Yes.
There's someone close to me with the same name. All right. Now, what's your part in this trio
Um,
of Three Musketeers?
wow.
Trio on the trio of trouble.
So I'm a certified yoga instructor. That is my role in this trio, I guess we'll call it. I've been certified to teach yoga for 9 years. I fell in love with the movement. I've been a dancer my whole life and really have a passion for connecting the mind and body together and healing through movement and somatic work. So that's basically what I bring to the table in this. Tanya and I kind of met. We're both into the spiritual side of things, and I have a passion for personal development and healing. Been working on it for many, many years now. And Tanya and I kind of chatted about it a few years ago and wanted to come up with a space. I was looking at buying a building, and
We looked at a few.
yeah, we looked at a few together to possibly buy a building. And I actually just bought a small building to create a yoga studio here in town. So
We just needed the third piece of the puzzle.
yeah.
We needed to be a trio.
Well, now we get to you, Tanya. Now we're gonna put all this together in a package.
Yeah.
Tell everybody what you do if they don't know what your part in this is, and then we'll move forward from there again.
Well, I've been facilitating retreats off and on for probably the past, say, 10 to 15 years. It's been about 3 years since I hosted my past retreat. And one of the things I shared was that when I hosted my last retreat alone, it was very clear to me that this work is not meant to be held by one person, that it's meant to have more than one facilitator. And I did have a dream of bringing other facilitators in and to partner with other very talented, passionate women. And it just took 3 years to find, but here we are. And yeah, and to have an equal partnership. Like what I really find is that we all have, first of all, beautiful passion, like for this work. And for another aspect is we all bring very different elements to the table. So where I lack, they pick up. Where they lack, I pick up. And that's what I find so beautiful is that there was absolutely no sense, and even the women at the retreat commented there was no weird energy or sense of competition or like, oh, this is my spotlight or why, this is my time to shine. There was just none of that. It was complete collaboration and really just honoring each other's gifts. And that's, I think, too, what really led to such a successful event. And so I guess what I bring to the table would be like the deeper spiritual work, like the aspects of the shamanism and the goddess work and the divine feminine, which is that's my calling. Like I've been called to that path. So that's the elements that I bring to the table.
So you get mind, body, and spirit all wound up together.
Exactly. Yeah.
Neat little package. That's very amazing. That really is. I'm kind of jealous, to be quite honest with you, but guys wouldn't do shit like that. So they would just sit around, scratch their butts, and we're disgusting. So yeah, some of us are aware of that and understand why you guys need a retreat to get away from us. Go. So now this is going to be an ongoing thing, right? And
yeah.
How often do you plan on having these?
Well, so summer's always a hard time to run any type of major events because it's tourist season. People are busy with the kids. People are traveling. So it's been my experience through the years that I don't even try to hold any events really during the summer months because it's just too challenging to fill those events. So we have one slated for September 25th and 26th. And then
what else?
What's the next one?
Dramatic music.
We have a really fun one planned in October for Halloween where we get to pull out the witchy side. And
like really pull it out.
Yeah, it's called the Witching Hour, and that's literally on Halloween weekend. So, and the September one is really about nourishment and wellness and health and the mind, body, spirit connection. So that one's for September. So they're both really exciting.
Right, and keep in mind, folks, that they are in Nova Scotia, but if you ever want to travel to Nova Scotia and attend one of these, I highly suggest you do it because I went to Nova Scotia last year. And it blew me away. It was amazing. And it's funny, the way you talked about how all this came together was the exact way this came together. I'm in Tanya's car driving down the highway, and she goes, "You want to do a podcast?" Sure.
That sounds about right.
But yeah, a lot of stuff with us worked out like that. But so these are going to be 3-4 times a year about?
Hopefully more. Hopefully we're going to do 3 this year for sure. And then hopefully at least, I don't know, 5 or 6 at least, right? A year. Hopefully. If not, if they're well attended and take off really well, we'll do as many as we can.
That would be great. Now, I know what the winter's like up there. How do you work around that? I mean,
well, if we're not here.
Yeah, true.
It's a big wide world.
It's-
Who knows where our
There's a lot of warm places.
Yeah, I used to live in one. I know. But no, that's cool. Well, what's the next step? Where do we go? I'm going to kind of hand this over to you, Tanya, because I'm
Yeah. Yeah, so we can talk about the retreat elements
what
themselves
happened.
and the purpose of
Give
it.
us the dirty
So, well, this particular retreat was really like we knew we wanted to get together to do a retreat. Like that was no question. But it's always like, well, what we have all these different gifts and talents that we bring to the table between the three of us. What are women needing right now? Like I know what I need. Both know what you need, but like, is that unique to us, right? Well, we were sitting around, this is what, probably 6 months ago. Like, and we had, an event with other women, and every single woman was speaking to their disconnect, especially during perimenopause and menopause. And this like feeling of you've lost these pieces of yourself. You're suddenly just identified with a title of mother or whatever your title is, and you kind of lose like who's that woman, right? Who's the woman inside? And so that really kind of is what that conversation, and hearing so many women echo the same thing, was like, wow, this is going to be our first one. And so that's how that particular one was born. I don't know if you guys want to speak more on that.
No, I think that's basically it. I think individually for me, I had talked to Christy about doing something with her yoga studio that was scheduled to open, and like, how can we collaborate? And then I had another conversation with Tanya, and I was like, okay, we all have to kind of get together. And Tanya was sort of the catalyst between us all to bring it really to life. And so, I think and quite frankly, we're in that period of our lives as well. And we're asking ourselves those questions. And so when other women started to say, me too, it kind of came naturally.
It did. Yeah. I was like, oh, that's our first one right there.
Yeah.
The house kind of built itself.
It did.
Once you got that momentum going, it just all worked.
Yeah.
Okay, here's the $10,000 question from every job interview ever given. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? Where do you want this to go?
You might need a second one.
World domination.
We have big dreams. Like there's like absolutely no doubt in our mind. Our vision is very clear, and it became crystallized this weekend.
Yeah.
Like it's crystal clear. We're to do these events and healing, and not just here. This is our home base, but we see it spreading. Like it is literally going to be global.
Well, and isn't that manifestation? I mean, act like it's already there. It's already happened.
Yeah.
And go from there. And that does work, guys, by the way.
Oh, yes. It definitely does. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think the networking part also too is huge, right? So it's not just the retreats like we talked about before. It's really about creating this virtual connected world where people can share information, a community, and resources online. I mean, just because you've come to a workshop or you've come to a retreat doesn't mean that there's not more to be given. And so tapping into our specific talents or what we can offer through the online world, the virtual world, allows us to stay connected globally, and really create a platform, I think, that's going to be pretty unique that doesn't exist right now. So,
okay, so you are going to have a dedicated site, chat room, anything, stuff like that. So where it's instantaneous, because I know a lot of times when you go to things like this, you get really charged up while you're there, and then 3 days later, it's like, everything's back to normal,
And even we've been feeling that when you say, Kristen.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I've attended quite a few different retreats, and it's exactly like you say, right? You go away for a few days and then you come home and you're good for about a week and you're implementing all the things that they say, and then life happens and you get right back to where you were and you forget everything you learned.
Yep. I'm guilty of that really badly. I fail at all that stuff. So,
And like I was saying before we went into the retreat, I said like we're going to be spiritually hungover on Monday, and I don't know about you
Yeah.
ladies, but it's almost like a depression.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I feel a little depressed the last 2 days, like sad a
Yeah.
little bit
Yeah, you feel like
because it's over, but also, yeah, it's that high because you're like this weekend was so embodied and so in alignment and so powerful that like, and then you drop and sink into mundane muggle world,
Right.
you know, and you're like,
yeah, and I get it. Back when I was doing live acting and performances, you know, you get addicted to working in front of that crowd, and when you're done, you're jazzed, you're excited, you're full of energy, you're ready to go, and then 2 days later, you crash hard, and it's very depressing. And I can see why,
yeah,
you know, celebrities and stuff like that get into the mess that they get into because you don't want to go through that every week, you know, just
yeah,
over and over and over
that's
again of these extreme highs and extreme lows, and it really damages your, you know, your head, your psyche. Um, all right, so we got a website coming. About how long? About how far out in the future you guys think?
Hopefully soon. I would think within sometime over the summer for sure. We'll get one up and running, and we'll probably start off with some social media.
like a link tree for now.
Yeah,
with the
yeah.
social.
Somewhere where we can drive people to for more information, keep them engaged, and then build out all the other components over the next probably 6 months or so.
Yeah. But we'll have, I think, probably Linktree would be the easiest.
Yeah.
So just like somewhere to like have our socials so people can share it that way. And we want to do it right, so we're not going to rush it. We're going to take our time and do things properly and really like this business expert here. Actually, show me the way. God knows I don't know.
Well, there's always that one thing when you know when you hit it, you go, oh man, you know, I should have done it. But yeah, I wish you guys all the luck in the world. This is it's very interesting, and I think it's very much needed. And Tanya, you and I talked about this in a show not too long ago. The chaos in the world today, you know, and all the crazy and that's going on. A lot of times is very hard to comprehend, and very hard to take, you know, on a daily basis. And it's a daily downer. And having something like this and having a support team to go along with it is like not just important for women, but important for everybody. You have to have that bunch of people to talk to. You have to have those people you can fall back on. You know, I have a very, very small circle, but I can tell these people anything, and I know they got my back. You know, and so it's very important to have that outlet. You know, in your life to go.
Yeah. And we can all learn from each other. That's what that was really interesting too about the weekend was we attracted such a vast variety of ladies from ladies, grandmothers deep in their spiritual practices and have been for decades. Yeah. And then, you know, women who are just starting this path and everything in between. And so it was very, we had moments of, especially because this is our first time collaborating together, moments of like, are we missing the mark? Like, are they even going to like, do they like, you know, is this like amazing shaman woman going to want to make a hula hoop as part of the like exercise around the hips and all of this? And they were out there just having a blast. So it was definitely a learning for us because we're really hard. We want to give them so much, and we poured so much of our hearts into this that we really like Saturday night we were kind of checking in with each other like, do we suck? Do we suck? Just because we want to give so much, and then all we heard was you gave so much. So it's interesting that moment of doubt that you have, but that's beautiful because that means it matters. Right. Like it matters that much to us that we really were like, we're a bit hard on ourselves.
Oh, very hard.
Yeah, we were beating ourselves up a bit.
Yeah.
For
But
literally no reason.
it also, I think, made us realize that what we're creating is very special. And with the right women attending, they get it and they want it. And they're deeply engaged with the entire process and excited to be there. I think for me, that's what I walked away the most is, you know, trust the people, trust the process, trust each other, that we were giving the best of ourselves to these women.
Well,
So.
And I love how one of the participants, she said, this was Sunday night when she's, I can't remember who it was, said, you ladies presented us this beautiful buffet, and you gave us no pressure to partake in any of it or all of it. And it was, she just took all that pressure away. So that was a really beautiful way to put it. And it made sense. Yeah.
Now, what's the future look like? What other directions are you going to be going in as far as learning, instructional wise? What are the areas are you planning on touching on in the future? Does that make sense?
Well, you started picking up
again.
again.
Yeah, so I just recently had a hysterectomy, which was a big whirlwind. Yeah, it was a whirlwind for me because when we were planning this,
I had a hernia
whole
operation.
retreat, yeah, you know, right? That was your whole life off track.
Small world.
And me being someone who moves for a living,
Oh yeah.
not being able to move has really made me go inside again.
Right.
And I wasn't sure what I was going to do for the retreat. So I had to go a little bit deeper into the psyche, which was a little bit uncomfortable, but it got me realizing how it really does connect and how I need to pick back up all the books because I can move and I can do the dancing and I can do the yoga and I know all the postures, but the theoretical side of things, I started pulling my books back out and really diving back into the reasons why I fell in love with movement and yoga specifically.
And
I want to bring that. I want to be able to teach people that side of it because I feel like, especially in the yoga world, it's very westernized and people just see the Lululemon leggings and
it's exercise.
It's exercise. Yeah. And it's not what it is. And that's not what I fell in love with. So I want to really dive deeper into that side of things.
Yeah.
And like I said, are there going to be other varieties of classes, I should say?
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
I know you guys are y'all are just an endless source of knowledge. I got it.
Yeah.
I'm feeling very intimidated right now. So
we have lists of workshops and sessions and ideas of what we want to share with other women, and a lot of them can be their own 3 or 4 or 5 days, you know, of getaways and retreats and gatherings. So I mean, that's exciting for us. I don't think there's a limit of where we'll push the boundaries and what we'll explore, as long as it feels authentic and it feels like it's important and it's something that other people want to dig into in themselves. I think we'll just keep pushing the boundaries.
Yeah, and we're not just exclusively doing women's retreats either. We are going to be going into like opening it up. Like September's almost like it would be open to like all sexes, right? Like men, women, doesn't matter. There are going to be some that are sacred as far as the sisterhood and the feminine energies. But couples, men only, of course, we'd have to bring in some male facilitators for that. But literally, it's the creative energy that the three of us have. It's a lot. It's a lot.
Calm ourselves.
We have to calm our tits. We have to calm our tits. That's how it is.
I can remember conversations with you when I was up there where we both would have to take a step back and go, okay,
Just
this is getting really crazy. Just take a step back, take a breath, reset here, and move on.
True story.
It's all magic. It's all magic.
Yeah. And I think, like, for me too, like Christy was saying about, and I don't know if you're experiencing this as well, but I felt it's less about what I want to learn more as about going back to what I've already learned that I loved and I was passionate about, that lit me up. And that's what this weekend really reminded me of like, oh, this is what I meant to do. Oh, this is how this is what alignment and purpose is again. And so it's going back to like my Celtic shamanism books, my going back to my goddess work, going back to like all those things that I have done, but exploring them in a deeper way, in a more meaningful way, with more awareness now than what I had back then. So it's this remembering, but on a deeper level, and revisiting what I've already come to. Because I'm like, I'm 53. I've done a lot of shit. So it's not like, you know what I mean? Like I've done a lot of stuff. I've spent a lifetime at this. And it's like, not all of it fits. And it's time where it's like, this is going to go to the wayside. This is what I'm supposed to do. Yeah. And it feels really good.
Yeah, like a stripping away of the excess.
Absolutely.
Of almost like, for me, it's a little bit of the frivolous. Like, how do I shed that stuff and really focus on the things that are meaningful and purposeful for other people, but also for myself, that create meaning for myself. And I think you summed it up really well. You said, I can't remember the wording that you used, but Christy does something, and then I take them forward. Remember?
Oh, right.
Rephrased it.
Like
it was beautiful.
Oh, I can't remember.
You write this stuff down.
It's like, I know.
No,
it's like it was like our core principles.
Yeah,
and we've forgotten about them.
Oh, right. I'll have to. We'll in post editing. I'll put a little card.
Yeah.
We got some really cool photos done.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we did. Like we had one of the sessions was on Sunday was a boudoir shot, or it turned into just be beauty shots or whatever these women wanted to do, right? And we hired a professional photographer, and we wanted some work done for the three of us for promotional purposes. And the photographer, she's an artist, so she's like, here's your inspiration. And she showed us a picture of tree roots. And I'm like, and we're all in like beautiful, like lingerie and robes, and we're like intertwined, and like, we're like all intertwined. But the photos turned out beautifully.
Gorgeous.
Yeah. So it's like, it's very symbolic.
It is very symbolic. Yeah. Yeah.
So we'll put a picture of us as tree roots with a little blurb.
Yeah.
Well, you've got the TikTok page and the Facebook page and all that kind of stuff. You can post all of that on. I mean, I know you're going to have your own social media set up for this, but you're more than welcome to put any and all of that out on our sites because our people might be interested in it. All 6.5 followers we have, so. But yeah, and it's funny because I was just thinking you'd said something that triggered a memory about how women get lost and lose themselves in day-to-day life. And I can remember very distinctly, my mother standing over a sink full of dishes, 3 kids, married to a Marine who's never home. He's always someplace else in the world, doing Marine stuff. And, she was trapped in that box. And I could see, as a kid, she was trapped in that box. And I distinctly remember her going, I don't even feel like me anymore. I'm just, this is it. This is my life right here. And I felt so bad. It's like, what can I do to fix this? Because this is not, that's not good I knew it at a young age. That's not good for you, to feel like that. But at that time, they didn't have places like this to go to. They was like, you go to the doctor, I'm depressed, here, eat that pill, and you'll feel better. And you do, But, there's downsides to that too. But, so yeah, something like this would have been.
We're fortunate enough that we live in a time where a lot of the things I think women historically have kept bottled up inside is now permissible to speak about, right? We're in an age now with social media and I don't know, the women's liberation movement and, walls coming down. And I really think this is the era of the woman really kind of rising back up to our power. And we are permitting ourselves to speak about the things that have historically kept us small. And a lot more women don't want to live like that anymore. And so are saying, I'm reclaiming myself and I am stepping back into who I am. Thank God, because the women need the world needs more women.
Yeah.
They need us to be authentic.
Yeah.
They need us to be ourselves.
And yes, you are making phenomenal strides forward in everything. And if you just pay attention, you can see that. I'm a huge music buff. Okay, I listen to all kinds of music. Been heavily into the music scene and all this kind of stuff. And even now, going through the different genres of music, how women are starting to come to the forefront in every genre of music, from country music all the way into really heavy metal and stuff like that. Women are stepping up, that was predominantly a man's world for a long time, and they are kicking ass out there, and it's really cool I don't know why, but it's really cool to see that happening, that, these ladies are stepping up and showing the immense talent, and the incredible gifts that they have to offer to the world. And, my advice to every guy out there, shut up and listen, they got their shit together. We got a lot to learn from them. So, but that's how I feel. You guys are much more together than we are. And I think it's things like this that help you, pull that all together and cement that all together. It is an incredibly good thing to be happening. I wish, again, there was more guy stuff like that, but it's not. We're just not like that. We go camping or fishing or fall off of mountains or whatever, because guys do stupid stuff. But but that's just the nature of the beast.
Well, I think like what you're saying about women with music, it's because women are finding our voice.
Mhm.
You know,
We have something to say.
we do, and we bottled it up so long. Like you're saying, you remember as a child your mom saying, "I've lost myself." Well, my mom never said that, but I watched it happen. And I always wondered who my mom was, because she was this exhausted, do everything for everyone, but these undertones of hilarious and goofy. And she wore red lipstick. And I always, like, that struck me as like this woman who never took time to do her hair or her makeup or dress a certain way, took time to wear red lipstick, which always was this, as a child, I looked at that and I go like, there's something there. Like there's that little piece she still had that I was so curious about as Laura, as a woman, that unfortunately she passed before I got a chance to know her. And this year, particularly, I turned 54, which is when my mom passed. So this year is very significant to me. So, I realize how important it is for women to just like to express themselves and to be seen and to be heard, because I truly feel part of her cancer was her suppression of her emotions, her suppression of her anger, because she stuffed everything down and didn't always just had to be on, always had to be taking care of everybody, had to be everything for everyone. And she just stuffed all her emotions down until her body just couldn't take it anymore. And so for me, I'm just like, that's not my story. Right. And the fact that I'm still here at 54 is because I refuse that to be my story. And I know other women, many women, feel that way. Like, I do not want to repeat what our mothers did. I do not want to repeat what our grandmothers did. So we found our voice. And we're kicking ass.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Yeah. Watch out.
Watch out, Aaron.
Yeah, there's, and go back to a conversation we had a while back. There's guys out there that are going to be like, no. But more and more guys these days are attracted to the strong, feminine woman that has herself together, that can stand up and say, "This is me." You're more than welcome to join me in my world, but this is my world. And standing up like that for your independence is I admire it very, very much. I have always, you know, admired and been attracted to strong-willed women, not that not the sissy girls who, got to put on makeup to wake up in the morning. I can't do that, or afraid of bugs or stuff like that. I require that woman that's, part tomboy and part female also, that is just has that feminine strength. I think that is cool. That's just the most beautiful thing ever. And, it to see women gain their ground and get their footing and start taking back and reclaiming their strength is refreshing for guys like me. That's very refreshing. We're like, I'm blown away. I really am. I'm very, very proud of you, Tanya, because you are my friend and you never cease to amaze me. But yeah, to all together, you guys, and quit talking about your age. Your paint ain't even dry yet. Come on. I'm old. You're not.
I only said it because it was pertinent to the conversation.
All right, all right. Well, there you go, guys. We'll a year from now we're gonna have a contest. Guess Tanya's age. So
Yeah.
Because I'm aging backwards. I'm just honest.
yeah, that's me. Like I've always said, I've seen old age and I don't want anything to do with it. I'm not going. So, yeah,
They can keep it.
for me. Not for me. And I'm getting a lot of compliments. I got a lot of compliments the other day when I was actually out in public, and got a lot of, yeah, you don't look that old. That's I'll take
It's
it.
like, how do you take that? Like one
Thanks.
part, 50% grateful, 50% insulted. I don't know.
Nah,
Or like, I'll get like, you look great for your age.
Yeah.
Also, I just look like, what is thanks? Like, what do you say?
What
that?
age would
I've-
you like?
For your age.
we went to a concert on Saturday and I was sitting next to a friend of mine, right? And they, on this one song, we were right in front of the stage. And on this one song, they opened up the end of the stage and let people come out there in this little open area in front of the band and dance, right? So they let all these people in dancing. And the first thing that comes through there is, I don't think there was a woman in there under the age of 60, I guess, and up from there. And they came in and I was just sitting there going, oh, man, I'm not that old. I can't be that old. There's no way I can be that old. I am in such denial over my age. It's
That's probably
yeah.
good.
And it's like I went to the store on a Wednesday and it was full of old people. And I don't mean that. I mean, it's just, they're talking to the green peas and they smell like pee. And, it's disgusting. This, So, yeah. So I refuse to get old. I'm not going to be that. I've already told my Ken, if I turn out like that, shoot me. Just be done with it.
Just shoot me.
I chose the pillow.
Yeah. So, I mean,
Just put a pillow over my head.
That's what I told them. I'm suffocate me.
yep. Just put me down like,
And we need to pick each other up.
Take care of each other.
Kill each other if we start talking to cabbage and smell like urine in the grocery store.
Definitely.
I swear, you're here.
you start talking to canned goods, then you got a problem.
Yeah, we have a problem.
But yeah, it's one of the,
Lord.
I immediately looked over at their ear to see if they had any earbuds in that they were talking to, but they didn't. They were just talking to green beans or peas. But, all right, so Tanya, what's next? We got about 15 minutes. We've got another. Again, would you repeat the date of the next retreat? One of you.
September 25th to 26th. And the Halloween retreat, the witching hour, is the 30th and 31st. Yeah. And we are in process right now of building those retreats out to be launched. fairly soon. Like within the next week.
really
All
soon.
right.
Yeah.
Excellent. So we can get out the word to all the ladies out there. You know, this is
And we had so at the Marmalade Motel, they had like Cheryl has these absolutely beautiful geodomes that overlook the ocean. Like maybe we could maybe share pictures, David, like on the YouTube and stuff. So it was really, especially Sunday night, we ended with a beautiful drumming circle around the fire, and the peace. And it really, really sunk in that moment, you know, as you're sitting there and we drummed and, you know, we've had this incredibly beautiful weekend in every way, like just beautiful in every way. The silence, the little creatures. And I thought like, it really was like, this place is for healing. Like that message was so strong that this place is for healing. And that's our mission, is to make this beautiful space that Cheryl has created there. It's so conducive. Like it, in every way, like mind, body, spirit way, the land is conducive. Like the land just holds you in healing. Like I can't explain it. There's this raw power that the eastern shore of Nova Scotia, well, you felt it at Taylorhead when we walk, like you've experienced that. There's just a lot of energy here, and I feel like it's so supportive to the work that we're doing. And I see it just every retreat booked, like I do. I was saying this to the ladies on the weekend. I said it's interesting because there's that feeling you get when you're thinking of things and you're daydreaming. Like you're like, oh, I hope I would love this to happen and that to happen. There's a feeling you get. But then there's a feeling you get when it's already happened. Like you're so in alignment. You 100%, it's a knowing. It's not a thinking. It's a knowing. And I know it. Like I feel it in my bones, how this is going to grow, both physically with the retreats here and beyond, and also the connection and the online community that we're creating along with this. Like it's not even a question. Like it's weird. It's like, well, yeah. That's happened. That's happening. Yeah. Like it's already happened. So it's a really amazing feeling. Honestly.
And that started before we actually even had the weekend. We started to really feel the power in that. And then I think after the weekend, we were like, well, of course it's going to happen. Yeah. There's not even a question that it won't.
Yeah.
It was just just a how-to at that point. So
or how many?
Yeah. No, really, not
how many and where.
Yeah, I was like, well, I think we should be here next May in this country. And then I see one here in the winter. And and we're literally like, I'm checking the flights.
Yeah.
And I'm finding, like, we're going to find places. And it's already happened.
Good. Yeah, I hear Maui is great.
So mote it be.
But yeah, I mean, by all means, until you guys, get your website up, any of those videos that you have from the weekend, Tanya, if you want to put, that up on YouTube or on TikTok or whatever, please feel free. Absolutely. I firmly believe in what you guys are doing. And the word needs to get out there, internationally. And I mean, we'll get it out there.
Well, we're building out our website. You can visit, all your listeners can go to themarmalademotel.com, themarmalademotel.com, not hotel, because there's one in Scotland. That's not us. For now, while we build out our own platforms, all the retreat details will be posted on our website, and you can book directly on our website if you want to attend in the future.
All right. And what we'll do is I will get the website and the information from you. Tanya, you can just send it to me, an email. So I can,
the stuff.
At the end of this. And I'll go ahead and start posting that stuff up for you guys. Absolutely. What else we got? We got a few more minutes. Come on. You're all excited.
T-shirts are coming.
No, I haven't yet, but I will.
I don't know if you caught our live. Did you catch our live? like a couple weeks ago. It was like literally 5 minutes long, and we all panicked. And like I'd say like 2 seconds, and then I just turn to Christy or Cheryl and be like, "And what else are we doing?" It's like we all forgot what we were even
yes, I
there.
did too. Yes, I did. I take that back.
So we're getting T-shirts made up. What else?
What else are we doing?
Yeah.
But
We had Saturday night, we had planned, this was part of this buffet, right? That we had planned for everyone. And we planned this like amazing dance party. We had disco balls, and Cheryl made this playlist, and we were like, yes, we're going to have this dance party with all the ladies. As soon as supper was over, by the way, the food was incredible. Incredible. We had all varieties. It was just amazing. So everyone was pretty full after supper. And as soon as they left, we looked at each other. We're like, they're not coming back. They're not coming back. So we're like, we're going to have our own party. We danced our little hearts out. Yeah, it was beautiful. Yeah, and it was like we talked to them, and they, one lady actually got dressed and fell asleep. So had bubble baths. Some people they did what they needed to do.
Right.
And we did what we needed to do, which was dance our little hearts out. So we had a blast, and it was interesting how that all unfolded.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it was pretty awesome, because I think on the Sunday I realized that, when no one showed up, they all took the time they needed to rejuvenate and restore after quite an intense day on Saturday. And then we got to celebrate, because I think what would have happened if we hadn't had just us dancing alone, is that come Monday, when everything was being cleaned up and put together, put back in place, we would have just moved on to the next thing in our day. And we wouldn't have had a chance to sit down and really celebrate each other. And we got that chance Saturday night, which was absolutely amazing and lovely. And
so much fun. And our like stomachs hurt between hooping and laughing and crying. By Monday, the first things I got texted on our group chat for Cheryl was, "Oh my fuck, my abs hurt." I'm like, "Oh my abs hurt. Fucking abs hurt."
Yeah. And I was all congested from all the crying.
You're coming out of there like a shipwreck. It's supposed to make you feel better. No?
That's the hangover, the spiritual hangover I'm talking about.
Oh, that is fantastic. Well, I'm going to close this out, ladies. It was a pleasure meeting and talking to you, and I wish you all the luck in the world on this venture. It sounds like an amazing time. I'll be actively promoting it. I have built up over the last 12 or 15 years a considerably large following on social media. So I will get that out to everyone as soon as you give me the go.
Thank you.
You give me the go, and I'll start hitting it hard and heavy. I'm a big fan. I've always been a big fan of Tanya since the first time I met her. And even then, I didn't really meet her. We had questions when I was getting ready to fly up there to visit her. First off, I thought she was crazy, because she only knew me from the internet and invited me up to her home.
I'm like, come for a
holiday. I'm like, my kind of girl, Invite a serial killer into your home. That's it. That's what you do. But
because we met from TikTok.
Yeah.
Awesome. We met through TikTok. Yeah. And then we just built a friendship, and then we like guested on on Transcending Veils. He had two other ladies doing a podcast, and I was on there several times, and then we just continued. And when I was going through my very hard time over a year ago, he checked on me every single day.
Oh,
like, friend, how are you doing? And so obviously that's like, I was like, wow, like this person cares. Yeah. And so of course it's just natural for me to say, come hang out.
Yeah. Well, that goes back to all I think the spiritual end of things, how we had always talked about how in another time or another place, I think we knew one another in some way, because we've always been just absolutely comfortable around one another. It's it's just a neat thing, a
Ability.
really amazing thing to happen.
Yeah.
But yeah, I rank you as one of my best friends in my small circle of people.
I feel the
So,
same.
but anyway, we are going to get out of here. We're going to let you go. Again, ladies, thank you. I wish you all the good
you.
fortune in the world in moving forward with this. I will help in any way, shape, or form that I can. Just let me know. And with that, folks, we will talk to you later. Have a good evening and good night, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
To contact Christy, Tanya, or Cheryl, or for information about retreat scheduling and location, or other inquiries, contact The Sacred Soul Collective at thesacredsoul-collective.com. The Marmalade Motel, Port Dufferin, Nova Scotia. For booking info, themarmalademotel.com.
You can contact D.E. Riley or Tonya Steinborn at thewitchandwiseman@gmail.com.